So Far Cry 5 is set in Montana, and then we have this cult that has been invading this particular region, and the goal of the game for sure is to liberate this region from the bad guys. Montana, we have those really vast open space. We have forests that are scattered through the land in a really specific fashion. We also have like big mountain range with really tall cliff. So in this new title in the series, we wanted to push the realism to the next level. So to achieve that, we wanted to really be able to reproduce natural phenomena that we can observe in nature, and just to make the world more believable and more credible to the players. The overall usage of Houdini within Ubisoft Montreal has grown quite a lot. I think all major projects with open world are using it now. On the Far Cry brand, we have Far Cry Primal. That was probably the first project to first incorporate Houdini in its world creation pipeline. However, it just had like a minor role, but with Far Cry 5, we extended that pipeline quite a lot. The way we were using Houdini on our production is that we had a pipeline that was both relying on Houdini and Houdini Engine. We used Houdini to produce all our tools, which were generating fresh water, fence, power lines, the cliffs, generating all the biomes, also generating fog density map and also the wall map. And with Houdini Engine integrated inside our game editor, all the tools were made available to the level artists. The world was in constant evolution as it was being built up by the level artists. And how do we manage our content when there's so many iterations like this? We wanted our content to always be coherent in the way we wanted it, like from an art direction point of view. We wanted the whole pipeline to be automated, but actually a step further, we had Houdini Engine running on a set of build machine, and we were actually rebaking the whole world every night. And the purpose of that is we wanted to make sure that all the users working on the project would come in the morning and have the full world fully rebaked with fresh data, all up to date. The way we were working, all the procedural inputs that were fed to Houdini and the Houdini Engine for the users that was all controlled within our game editor. So we had a bunch of like terrain data that the user could paint on the terrain. Also, we had a set of splines and shapes, and this was all sent to Houdini via either Python script or the editor would extract the file on disk, and then Houdini would go and read and load those files for each procedural tools that we had. By automating all this with procedural tools, it really helped us relieve the workload of level artists so they can actually focus on the more important stuff and give their love and the part of terrain where it's really more interesting, rather than wasting time doing like tedious, repetitive tasks all over like large part of terrain. All our procedural recipe would like make sure this part, like actually 90% of the world, would always be following the rules we wanted it to. Procedural solutions that we implemented on Far Cry 5 really help reduce the workload of level artists and giving them more time to focus on what's really mattered. And the procedural generation ensures us that we had visually, visual coherence and consistency throughout the world. Even though the terrain was changing constantly, the rules that we wanted to apply from an art direction point of view were always in place.